are Chris Breshears and Bob White Trash Gilmore getting set for welterweight title action. And Brett, what do you have to say first before we advance into this one? Josh Wooten looking strong once again, said his pro debut is not that far off, which is exciting for his family and friends, but definitely is on a little bit of a roll lately.
Yeah, absolutely. It's because he's been training with the right people. It sounds like his gym closed down. He went and joined forces and Elite Edge MMA with Cody Dickerson and Wes Burke over there, and training under Josh Neer, who's a legend in Iowa, fought in the UFC, and they know how to get it done over there. And I tell you what, if he keeps training with the right guys, it won't be long and he'll be making his pro debut.
Here's Chris Breshears. He's about to get into the cage. Breshears on his career, 9-3. And he's facing a man he fought back in 2015, June 19, 2015. A rear naked choke late in the first round, defeated Bob White Trash Gilmore, who is his opponent here tonight with the welterweight championship on the line. For Gilmore, he comes in at 10-9. But has fought a lot more frequently recently. He had a very busy 2015. He also picked up a win over Josh Wooten before losing to Breshears. He's basically alternated wins and losses most of his career, especially recently. It's his first fight in a year and 4 months. His last fight occurred back in March of 2016. And this is his first fight here in Tru Rev since Tru Rev 26. He's won his last 3 Tru Rev appearances. In fact, those are all 3 of his Tru Rev appearances. Now Chris Breshears, he's in the cage. And Bob Gilmore about to join him. Sprinting into the cage, or into the beginning of the cage, Bob White Trash Gilmore. We saw him working out a little bit as he got here earlier on tonight. This is a guy I think very eager to get back into the cage.
Yeah, absolutely. He looks like he's ready to get right back out there and avenge this loss. I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to this fight.
This is the welterweight championship. About 170 pounds. Bob Gilmore looking, as Brett mentioned, to avenge a loss. Chris Breshears.
And we should mention who owns this title, who's giving it up right now, is another Elite Edge MMA fighter, Johnny Hopper.
Well, Hopper in this weight class, but went back home to Kansas. He's from Kansas originally. This is a guy that's very, very strong as well. We'll talk about him later, but let's go to Mike Savage.
The following contest is for the Tru Revelation Welterweight Championship, and it's presented by Popstar Mobile DJ Service, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner, this mixed martial artist weighing in at 170 1/2 pounds. Representing Team Bad Intentions and fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa, ladies and gentlemen, Chris No Fear Breshears. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this fighter, weighed in at 169 pounds, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall. He's a freestyle fighter and a self-described scrapper. Representing Team Scrap Tactics, he brings with him an overall MMA record of 12 wins, 9 losses, a 3-time MMA champion. Plus, he's going to win over our lightweight champion, Josh Wooten, from the nastiest, most disgusting, smelly trailer park in Perry, Iowa. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Bob White Trash Gilmore. Your contest, the Sheriff Bruce Allen.
Wow. I think Bob Gilmore may have wrote that himself. At least you'd hope. Oh, anyways, we talked about a guy who's missing on this card is Johnny Hopper. But we were talking about him. He's definitely in the mix here at the welterweight division. Before we talk about him, let's talk Bob Gilmore. White Trash taking on No Fear Breshears. And we're ready to go. No glove touch or anything. These two want to go after it. Welterweight title on the line here. Tru Rev 33. Oh, what a big lift, and putting him down quickly is Breshears. Our final title fight of the night. 3 more pro fights still yet to come. Up against the cage here early.
Breshears ain't wasting no time as he gets right after Bob White Trash Gilmore here as he takes him down really no problem. And right now he's got side control, and you'd think he's going to look for some hammer fists here from the side.
We'll see.
Or if he can pass into a full mount.
See what he wants to do here. Gilmore on the bottom. And the black trunks on top is Chris No Fear Breshears. And now he tries to get to the top. Gilmore just trying to fend it off.
And he looked to pass right there for that.
Oh, now he's reaching for a guillotine.
Yep.
Can Gilmore get out of this? It's a tough spot. His corner saying knees. Gilmore in that half camouflage trunk look with the other half black is trying to survive this look right now. A couple of underhook. And now right back down and reaching up high. And so far, so good here for Chris Breshears. Welterweight title on the line. As these two continue to battle, the corner of Breshears saying, get him away from the cage. And Gilmore trying to get himself a little bit of a turn potentially, but he doesn't want to get caught giving up the back. Everything that Gilmore's doing is being countered beautifully by Chris Breshears.
Yeah, Breshears knows exactly where he wants to be, and that's on top. And right now he's just absolutely controlled this entire round after that takedown, and doesn't look to change here.
A lot of elbows to the side. And Gilmore just trying to hold on for dear life here. We heard earlier, a raffle, Bob Gilmore helps out quite a bit, Team Broderick. They're cheering for Bob Gilmore tonight, but he is in trouble right now. And now he's looking to try to get his feet back up on the cage. Let's try to maybe do a roll through here. 10 seconds left here in the first round. A round that has been dominated on top by Chris Breshears. Welterweight championship, true revelation, MMA.
He's looking to lock up a Kimura there at the end of that round.
And that was a first round that was really controlled by Chris Breshears. What does Gilmore have to do in the second round?
First off, he needs to stop the takedown defense because Breshears has showed that he really has absolutely no problem getting to the ground against Gilmore. And he's going to have to make it a little more difficult for him to get in on them legs. And not only that, to tie him up and look to throw him as well. I'd keep him away. I'd use that jab. He looks like he's got longer arms, or he's kind of a lankier guy. You know, I'd use that jab, kind of keep some distance, and try to keep it on my feet and see if I can't land a couple of them punches.
Well, Bob Gilmore did get a chance to land a lot of punches there in that first round. This is a 5-round matchup. As are all championship matchups. The Sheriff Bruce Allen. Get it back underway here for round number 2. Gilmore in the half black, half camouflage trunks. And Chris Breshears in the all black trunks. Both fighters say we're ready, and we're off and running. Second round of 5 scheduled here in the welterweight title fight, Tru Rev 33. High right-legged kick, comes back with it, does Breshears, and now he goes right after him up against the cage. Gilmore reaching in, looking to try to lock something in there. And once again, a quick takedown, but Gilmore looks like he's in a little bit of a better position so far, but now he loses it. And now getting to the back, looking for a rear naked. And Gilmore just trying to fight that off as well.
Breshears really having no problem getting this fight to the ground.
Up once again, they basically are in the exact same spot, just the opposite side of the cage. With Gilmore trying to put his feet up on the cage and try to use that as leverage to get himself swung back around, but Breshears really just utilizing his weight on top. And he is high on him, not giving him any opportunity to do anything. And now he's delivering plenty of punches with the right hand up against the face, couple of knees. And this is all Breshears right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just kind of hanging out on top, just controlling Gilmore here.
Side control now. Gilmore trying to fight it off once again. Up against the cage. Gilmore, for the second straight round, really have to fight off the weight and the ground and pound from Chris Breshears.
Yeah, he's looking to lock in. Oh, I think he was looking for that.
An armbar potentially.
Yeah.
Now he's back in side position. And now he's looking to try to cinch up an arm. But Gilmore's not giving him one. Gilmore on the bottom just trying to deliver some back, maybe some kidney punches. Still just trying to get a leg in there to try to get himself an escape. Again, Breshears just fights him right back down to the mat. And he's continuously looking to try to get himself an arm. That's what we've been seeing, at least in this round. But Gilmore doing a good job keeping his legs in the mix.
Right there, Breshears just, he's like 3/4 of the way across to pass into full mount, and then he just come right back out the side.
He might be feeling better on the side, at least for now. He's been dominating the fight thus far as they trade elbows. Gilmore not being able to do much. Forearm right into the face here, and he's reaching for an arm again. Gilmore just trying to fight. 10 seconds left in this round now. And now Gilmore to his knees. Takes a little bit of a beating. And that's how this round is going to end. So again, Gilmore finds himself in a position where he can't do much, but is able to get himself through the second round. But a couple of rounds that have just been really controlled by Chris Breshears.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just taken one takedown, and then from there on out, it's been nothing but kind of lay on you and wear on you fest. And if this continues, it's going to be a really long, boring fight.
Define boring, because I think this is exactly what the corner of Chris Breshears is looking for.
Just not a lot of action going on. We'll put it like that.
Maybe action isn't what wins. You want to do whatever it takes to win, don't you, Brett Sams?
Yeah.
That's what you've told me a time or two.
You're correct. I'm not saying it's a bad strategy. Obviously, it's winning you the fight. It's just not as fun for the fans.
Well, the fans have seen a lot of great fights, including our first fight, Brant Cooper defeating Eric Jackson by decision.
Who knows? Maybe we're going to see an exciting finish to this fight.
Still 3 rounds left to go. So we hear cage side. Bruce Allen gets him going. Round 3. And a lot of quick strikes both ways here. And it looks like Gilmore, maybe he's going on the plan of action we saw earlier from Spencer Ray, just kind of waiting until he got into those later rounds, is reaching for a leg, coming up empty, and now reaching for a potential guillotine, but losing it and getting taken right back down and looking to potentially—
He's looking to lock up a triangle.
Triangle, yeah.
No, he just couldn't get it all the way into the knee pit to cinch it up.
Well, Gilmore much more active here, and he's got an arm, and he's trying to work out that right arm. I don't think he's got it in very tight. He's just looking to try to put it in a compromising position. They scramble around again. Gilmore much more active here in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I think he realizes that if he gets taken down and just laid on again, he ain't going to have a whole lot left for the next 2 rounds.
Well, maybe he was just conserving some energy. But as it stands right now, he's still in a similar position on the bottom here, but he's going to have to, like Brett mentioned, you can't just ride this one out like this. You don't want to be 3 rounds to none It's a 5-round fight.
Ooh, he looked like he's getting ready to lock up a Kimura. Oh.
On the top is Chris Breshears. Breshears kind of swinging back to the top again. A couple of knees here from Gilmore trying to squeeze out the bottom, but Breshears again just sits on his the top of his shoulders, throws some more punches, and he's just using his weight to grind him out right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just kind of hanging out on top. Elbow into the ribs and working them short hammer fists, and now he's going to go to the wrist again, see if he can't lock in that Kimura.
Yeah, he's close.
And he's going to have to get it out to the side here.
Yeah, it's in a spot where it's not going to do a whole lot of pressure, but we'll have to see. Now he's delivering some punches. A lot of elbows to the side. Those are going to wear and tear.
He's got it locked up if he can just get it out to the side there.
I think our vantage point a little blocked, but I think Gilmore on the bottom trying to lock those hands so he can't get it out on the side.
Yeah, he did.
Swinging back around to the side for side control once again is Breshears.
And there's full mount. Great job of passing that right there. Now he needs to see if he can inflict some damage.
Using that forearm just to grind him away.
Yeah, Gilmore's just going to hang as tight and close to Breshears' body as he can.
Gilmore is putting himself in a spot right now. It is not easy to fight out of. That is full mount. He is taking a beating. He is taking a beating. 10 seconds left in the round. Can Gilmore survive this beating? Left and right, left and right. Trying to block it, trying to survive. And that's it of this or third round rather. And Breshears has Gilmore woozy as he stands to his feet to get back into his corner to get ready for the 4th round. So, if you're Bob Gilmore, it's pretty evident his corner has to be telling him he's not winning on points regardless.
You got to get a knockout.
So he's got to come with submission or knockout, but how can he keep this on his feet?
Right now, I don't exactly know what I can tell him because he's trying to be aggressive and unfortunately his aggression is leading right into the takedowns of Breshears because he's getting out of control and just leading to easy takedowns there for Breshears.
Getting set for the 4th round, still a little out of it is Bob White Trash Gilmore. And trying to get the crowd back into it here is Chris Breshears, and he knows he's got this. It's his fight to lose at this point. Championship rounds beginning here in round number 4 with Gilmore likely down 3 rounds to none. Comes with a high right kick, nothing there. He's going to have to dig deep here, and again, just coming right after him and bear hugging him on the back.
Takes his back, too.
This is a tough spot for Bob Gilmore, trying to block the punches with the left, and he's going in looking for maybe a rear naked choke. Gilmore in a very tough spot, a compromising position.
Yeah, he's caught up against the cage. He's going to look to pass guard here, go to full mount.
And just go right. I mean, if he had another 20 seconds of the 3rd round, it would have been over. This is for the welterweight title. These two guys are wearing each other out, and
he looks to go for that.
He's looking for a vice. And Gilbert does a good job fighting some of this stuff off. He just has not gotten a chance to go on the offensive at all in this fight. Gilmore trying to squirt out here.
He's going to look to come up, but unfortunately, if he comes up, I think he's got a chance of getting caught in that guillotine choke.
It's in a good position. Can Gilmore survive yet another round where he has been pounded on the bottom? A little bit of blood on the edge of the nose here from Chris Breshears. But he's already defeated Gilmore. That was by a rear naked choke in 1 round a couple years ago. Gilmore not faring a little better in terms of the time it's taken in this fight, but it's not exactly gone his way thus far. He's going to have to really dig deep if he's going to pull something out of the hat here. 4th round action. Gilmore on the bottom now taking some right hands. And now some body blows. Gilmore really struggling on the bottom. He is just eating those punches that are being delivered to his side. Gilmore trying to score it out. It's the first time in well over a year Bob Gilmore's back in a cage in a competitive environment. Right now, he's feeling it. But he gets out of it, and he was reaching for a leg, maybe a knee bar situation, but couldn't quite squeeze it in. But now he's looking for a guillotine. Breshears has slipped out of this a couple of times. What's going to happen now? 10 seconds left in the round.
Yeah, Breshears doing a great job of keeping his chin down. He's not going to lock anything up with less than 10 seconds to go here.
Oh, he's almost got it. Right at the end of the round, Gilmore had his first legit shot to try to finish it, but Breshears survives. Well, that keeps it a little interesting now, because now we've seen Gilmore have an opportunity a couple of times trying to get him caught in a guillotine.
Yeah, he probably had 30 seconds left. He's got a legitimate chance there at the end, but unfortunately time runs out on him, and that's what it's going to take for him to win this fight at this point. He's going to have to catch him in some sort of choke or knock him out, one of the two.
Well, you got to give credit to Bob Gilmore. He looked dead in the water the first 3.5 rounds, but there at the end of the 4th round, showing some signs of life. And as Breshears, who's had a chance really to keep himself locked in, does Breshears have himself an opportunity now where he might feel gassed?
I think they're both probably just as gassed as the other one, but Breshears definitely been doing the more amount of work because he's been in obviously the more offensive position the entire fight. So.
Both fighters trying to get the crowd fired up. This is the 5th and final round. You would think, if you're thinking points, this is a fight in which Breshears is well in control, and here we go. They're going to touch gloves to start the 5th and final round. Welterweight title on the line here at Tru Rev 33. In the black and camo is Bob White Trash Gilmore. Chris No Fears Breshears in the black trunks. And Breshears has dominated this fight on points, you'd imagine. Couple of kicks. Gilmore, I think, trying to pick his spot. Now he comes with a big kick right at the top of the legs. But again, shooting in is Breshears up against the cage. This has been his game plan about 15 seconds, and lifts him and drops him. Full guard for the moment, but he's trying to sink and leg in there.
Yeah, right now, Gilmore's got full guard here. Probably be his best chance to try to work anything from the bottom. If he can stay in this full guard and catch Breshears here.
3rd and final title fight of the evening. Gilmore up against the cage. Great crowd on hand here at the Bridgeview Center in OTTUMWA. Promoter Bob Jolly's done a great job once again putting on Tru Rev 33. Taking a lot of blows on the bottom once again is Bob White Trash Gilmore. And he knows it's now or never for this welterweight title. And now Breshears kind of gets to himself to a base with his 2 feet flat on the ground. And he just continues to give right hands. Gilmore's about to start thinking quick here.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, you just got to go try absolutely anything and don't stop.
Gets one leg out, looking for side control. Here is Breshears, continuing just to work that right hand on the head of Bob Gilmore. Continues to give right hands. Breshears has been on top pretty much every round. I would say 90% of this fight has been Breshears on top. As we hear in the 5th round, Gilmore now just starting to try to flail some arms at him, but Breshears in such a good position, it's going to be hard to do anything unless you can try to catch him if you're Gilmore. Just takes a couple of shots. Gilmore. And They're going to bring him up. Not much action happening, so they bring him to their feet. First time that's happened from Bruce Allen, the referee. And another couple of punches. Gilmore.
Yeah, here's your last chance if you're Gilmore. You got to just start throwing them and hope one lands.
10 seconds. There's a kick. Gilmore's got to know something needs to happen quick. Now, I just think he's out of juice. Comes close to him. Breshears runs away, and that's the end of the fight. These two will hug it out, but it was Breshears from start to finish, and I don't think anybody's going to have an inkling of thoughts otherwise on this one.
Yeah, it's all 5 rounds.
Gilmore, it's been over a year since he's been in the cage, almost a year and a half, and Breshears going to pick up what we believe to be a pretty decisive, unanimous decision here in the welterweight title fight tonight at 170 pounds. And Brett, it really wasn't rocket science. It was take him to the ground, use your leverage on top and bottom, just ground and pound. Keep him on the bottom, make sure he doesn't get a chance. Late in the 4th round was really the only thread of evidence that Gilmore was going to have a chance to win this fight when he almost caught him in a guillotine.
Yeah, absolutely. He's really just outmatched when it come to the ground game. And that was the game plan, obviously, for Breshears. That's what he was going to go to. That's what he did, and worked out for him.
Well, of course, as you have to wait for each of the 3 judges to return the decision. But we believe it should be heavily in favor by unanimous decision. Chris No Fear Breshears. So let's go ahead and send it into the cage as Mike Savage about to make the official announcement here with, looks like Johnny Hopper going to be delivering the title belt. Let's go to Mike Savage.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for these 2 welterweights going the entire, that's 15 minutes for the welterweight championship. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. All 3 judges score it the same way, 50-45. 2 judges score it 50-44. Your winner and new welterweight champion, Chris No Fear Breshears.
Let's go ahead and stay in there with Hopper still in the cage, not giving up the belt just yet.
Well, Chris, congratulations. Of course, a lot of folks are behind Bob Gilmore, and a lot of love for him throughout the entire region, but you were able to take him to task, really, able to control the fight as all 3 judges scored it your way.
Yeah, man, I fought Bob in the past, and he came tougher this time. Last time I got the quick finish. This time he was ready to work, so I'm glad I was able to go 5. This is the first time I went all 5, so I thank him for that.
Well, no more than 10 seconds or so after winning the title, you've got a gentleman here.
I mean, he thinks he's the champ. He's laying around like a rag doll, pushing people around. I'm John King. I'm fluid on the ground and I'm solid on the feet, and everyone knows I can't be beat. You know what? I let my bitches hold my belts.
That looks like a challenge to me. Even enjoy your victory without guys trying to pull that on you.
Oh, he can talk all he wants, man. I'm going to 55, so he can talk all he wants.
Have something brewing here a little bit. I know, though, congratulations. We're behind you.
I want to thank Bob one more time. Bob Gilmore. Hell of a fight, dude. Tonight. I want to.
You've earned this. Congratulations. Your new weight champion by unanimous decision, Chris No Fear Breshears.
What a statement by Johnny Hopper, but Breshears picks up the win. He is your welterweight champion, and saying he wants to drop, he's going to drop down to 155. I don't think that made Johnny Hopper very happy at all. But as some picture time here, championship fights have completed. Spencer Ray, Josh Wooten, and Chris Breshears picking up wins at the featherweight, light heavyweight, and the welterweight divisions here tonight. Congratulations to each of those fellas on a big win here at Tru Rev 33. Back to the cage and Mike Savage.
Ladies and gentlemen, those